Hello there. Let's make a quick meal for a Tuesday. So I'm gonna make sugar beans and pork. So it's quick, obviously, because I use the pressure cooker. But on a normal day, definitely beans is not gonna be quick. I'd forgotten to take out the pork, so I boiled it as the one block in a pot. I mean, it's not the best method, but yeah. Just added a bit of ginger and garlic so that it would get a bit of flavor when it's boiling. But that's not how I would normally make pork. Then chop the onions. I really don't like chopping onions, by the way. Always makes your hands stink. Decided to make a cup of tea. So I heard that if you drink 6 cups of green tea a day, you can lose some tummy weight. So I've really been on it and drinking those 6 cups a day. This is probably my 4th cup of the day. Here's the spices I decided to add to my pork just after I finish boiling it, so that I add it to the air fryer. I don't normally like using the air fryer, but it is convenient when it comes to keeping the meat like less crispy or like getting too dry. Although when you do pan fry it, it adds a bit of flavor. It's probably because of all that grease. There's my leftover stock. I put it on the side to add it later to the soup. The meat going into the air fryer. So I think I put it about 20 minutes or so, or less. I was just checking on it just to make sure it's not dry or too crispy, because then there's no flavor in that afterwards. But yeah, it did turn out fine. So I got started to making the soup for the pork. I just used the same pot. I was putting my stock on the side. Nothing complicated, just a normal soup or chutney based, whatever. With the onions and the tomatoes, you can add whatever spices you want. I decided to add the usual garlic and curry, and then I added a bit of paprika just to give it a bit of color, because you know how paprika is, it makes your stews a bit tasty. Now, yeah, that's me making the stew, and then yeah, as you can see, it's a simple stew. After this, I went on to add the meat from the air fryer, all done, nice and crispy enough. And I let it simmer after adding the stock, and there you have it. Then I got started with my bean soup. Oh, by the way, I'd put my rice on the side. So this little combo right here of ketchup and mayo is like a winner when it comes to adding to your bean soup. So I usually make my bean soup on the side, and then I add this, and then I'll add the beans like after. I don't know what it is about that mix, but it does make the beans very tasty. So I started off by adding the beans to the soup, and then afterwards I added that ketchup mixture and I let it simmer. I know it looks a bit, watery, but the longer you let it simmer, the longer you let the flavors sit. There you go. There's the beans looking all nice and proper. And there's my final meal. Simple meal for the midweek.